What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and today the Orlando Magic put on a basketball clinic in Game 1 as they exposed some of the Bucks' weaknesses and executed their game plan to perfection. So, let's get right to it, but first, a sponsored message. If you're anything like me, you won't be playing in the NBA anytime soon, so you need some other way to make money. That's where Opinion Outpost comes in. You take an online survey and give your opinion, and then get money sent to you, however you'd like. It's that simple and perfect since we're all at home anyways. I tried it and I would definitely use the cash to get some new kicks. So, check out the link in the description to find out more. Opinion Outpost. Nothing but net. For the Magic, it all starts on the defensive end of the floor. The Bucks' offense on the season had the 6th ranked offensive rating, but in Game 1, their offensive rating would have ranked 30th. And for the Magic's defense, it all starts in transition, where they did a great job of containing Giannis' attacks. So here, for example, look how 3 Magic defenders form a wall, helping at the nail and forcing the pass to Bledsoe, and he travels. Now, everyone aims to do this versus Giannis, but the Magic were particularly diligent this night, and here we see 3 defenders surround him, and they're okay with leaving shooters momentarily open. Another travel here. Their game plan was just to get back as quickly as possible, as shown by the fact that they had a remarkably low 4 offensive rebounds. The whole night, 4 offensive rebounds. And here we see on the shot, we see the 4 off-ball players immediately look to head back and load up to Giannis. But while extreme this game, this is what the Magic do in general. They largely ditch offensive rebounds to play good transition defense, and this is a hallmark of Steve Clifford coached teams. And for anybody, this is really step 1 in terms of stopping the Bucks. They're a high volume transition team, and according to Synergy, on the night they scored only 14 points on 20 transition possessions. And it was largely due to the Magic packing the paint and daring the Bucks to shoot threes. Some went in, but most didn't. And according to my count, Giannis only had 1 transition bucket in non-garbage time. You can also argue step 2 to beating the Bucks is to let the mediocre shooters fire from 3, which is what the Magic did all night. We saw that in transition, but also in the half court. Here, for example, guarding Bledsoe, Fultz acts as if he's guarding himself and gets a full body stop at the nail, daring Bledsoe to shoot. This is particularly a good strategy against the Bucks because 3-point shooting is one of their prominent weaknesses. They shot 35.9% from 3, which ranked 20th in the NBA this season, and here we see a graphic showing their above average shooters according to percentage and their below average shooters, and particularly the shooters in the bottom half of your screen are guys defenses will gladly let fire from 3. Bledsoe did some positive things in the game, but shooting-wise, it was the same old story for him. He was 1 for 5 from 3, he was helped off of, he also turned 3s down, and here we see a few clips of the defense gladly going under his ball screen, which he'll see in every series he faces. So by helping off of these mediocre shooters, the Magic did a good job of protecting the rim, and they especially were aggressive with their tags. Here we see Giannis rolls to the rim, but a good job by Vucevic to tag off of Lopez and let him shoot the 3. Giannis still had 31 points, but the Magic as a team did a really nice job on him, and they were very sensitive to his rolls. Here again he tries to dive to the rim, but 3 Magic defenders come to tag over and get in the paint, even though Middleton is one of the weak side shooters. And this is nothing new for the Magic. According to Second Spectrum, they were 3rd in the NBA in terms of the amount of tags they brought in the pick and roll. And it's not always this textbook, but here's what the Magic like to do. So we have a pick and roll with Williams rolling to the rim, and when there's 2 weak side shooters like this, they like to have the low man come with a heavy tag. This is the defender guarding the corner, while the player more on top will zone up the 2 shooters, and then on the pass, everyone recovers. The Magic also impacted the game with their physicality on defense, and let's watch this play to demonstrate that. So here the Bucks run a standard set they like to use, where Lopez will set a wedge screen for Giannis, who will then set a ball screen for Middleton. And first, just take notice how it's pretty easy for Lopez to set that screen, and then Giannis can slip into space. Compare that to last night, where here it looks like the same or a similar play, where Wesley Matthews comes up to set a screen for Giannis, but look at Terrence Ross, who's not even a good defender. Look how physical he gets to not let Matthews set a clean screen. It completely blows up the play, and then later on the possession we see Fournier fronts the post, he has weak side help, and this is just a terrific defensive sequence, which highlights the playoff intensity they brought last night. But still, nice job by Bledsoe to drive and dish. They fronted the post well all night, and here's a sexy one from Birch as he fronts Giannis, taking several seconds off the shot clock and just generally causing disruption for the Bucks. One more example. Here, the Bucks set a screen for Lopez, but Birch is right in the middle of that, not allowing anything easy, and then we see him look to front the post, which is necessary for Birch because he is undersized, and the Magic almost get a turnover. There's no question the Magic were more aggressive and physical, and that also showed up on the defensive glass. First off, nice job by the Magic here to load up to Giannis in transition, living with the three-pointer, and then we see two good box outs by the Magic, and on the game, the Bucks had a 20.7 offensive rebounding percentage, which according to cleaningtheglass.com would be in the 29th percentile, and the Magic secured the rebound. And really, in more ways than one, this was just the ultimate Steve Clifford game. His teams are always good at defending in transition, they always are good on the defensive glass, and also, his teams don't foul, and here's a good example. On the drive, a young player, Fultz, shows good discipline, getting his arms up, and the Magic get the steal. Orlando didn't foul much last night, and this was my favorite example. Lopez is about to go to his rip-through move, but look how Vucevic has his arm straight up vertical and no foul is called. This move works for Lopez all the time, and here we see John Collins doesn't have his arm straight up in the air and it's an easy foul call. Now for the Magic's offense, the story was Vucevic. He had 35 points and generally played a great game, and most importantly, he exposed a bit of a flaw with the Bucks defense, which is that shooting centers can give them issues. The Bucks defense is built around having Lopez sag near the basket and protect the rim, and so when you have a stretch 5 that can counter that can give them issues. Now can Connaughton late switch here to take the 3 away? Sure, but now you're having Lopez switch onto a guard, which against the best teams can give them issues. Vucevic is only a 33% shooter, but the great thing about the playoffs is, at times you can kind of throw percentages out the window in a single game. Vucevic shot 5 of 8 from 3, and by the fourth quarter, the Bucks abandoned some of their principles because they were so concerned about his 3. Here, Ross curls to the rim, but Lopez stays attached to Vuce, freeing up the dunk. And then a minute later, a similar play again gets the Bucks. Ross comes off some screens, and because of Vucevic's gravity, Brook doesn't commit to Ross, and Ross scores off of the curl. Next play, and the Magic are smart to go back to an off-ball screen with Ross and Vuce. Here, Ross cuts, and Lopez correctly takes away the layup, but there's no communication. Middleton doesn't know whether he should switch or not, and Vuce gets an open 3. Well, there you have it, guys. Realistically, next game the Bucks will probably play more aggressively, Middleton will show up, and they'll start switching more against Vuce. But the bottom line is, this Bucks team isn't perfect. They lack perimeter shooting, and their defensive anchor, Brook Lopez, is a bit slow-footed, and in a series or even in a single game, if a stretch 5 can get it going, that'll force the Bucks to adjust to a scheme they're not as comfortable with. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more playoff breakdowns, and I'll see you next time.